So we have clans officially. Basically, this is a clan, quote unquote clan. It's a competitive thing. We have 2 people in here. Elk is an alien with me. I can't. So, as I try to speak without trying to look at Elk, we basically have a clan, right? So, we have to do this competitively. Now, of course, we're gonna just get this out of the way, okay? Because I know this is gonna be a thing up until a certain point. Infinity elixirs can be farmed just by unlocking all, obviously, the elephant in the room. So I know this is just gonna be one of those things, which is fine, right? If you're trying to be super competitive in how much you're spending inside of the game, it is what it is. The rewards are a little out there. You have an elite soul here, which is the top 50. And this is the mythic version versus the regular one that you would normally get. And then this little baby. To be honest though, I think 30 of these are really, really good. And then if you get 10 of these, it's like, you get a participation trophy, which is, you know, it's nice, right? Where's Elk? So you're playing this as you would normally, but this time around, you just have friends with you that are just playing the game, and you guys are just repeating this process over and over again. Granted, the more that you actually go ahead and unlock, the better rewards you get out of this, which is really nice. So you have the Series 1 egg, which has pets inside of this. This looks like an entirely different egg too on top of it, so that's really cool to see. Oh my gosh, dude, we are gonna have to really grind this because we have to do 50 million bubbles, 4,000 eggs, 2,500 eggs, and 650 crystal eggs. Now, I believe this might be just between yourself. So Elk has his very own, and then I'm gonna have my very own that I'm gonna go ahead and put against our team, basically. So what I'm gonna probably do is just get the bubbles out of the way, because I know there's a way for you to like hatch and blow bubbles at the same time. But the problem with that is it's so timed. Like, you can only get 1 bubble per millisecond every time an egg pops up, and I just don't feel like doing that. So we might as well just get this one out of the way. And plus, it gives you 400, so I mean, why not, right? Just get the dumb one out of the way. I don't mean to call it dumb, it's just sometimes you just don't feel like blowing bubbles and you just want to go ahead and do something else entirely different, right? So, and on top of it, if you're doing all of this, then you could just technically take out all of this extra stuff too. So we have an ice shard egg we could go ahead and hatch at the same time. And this is what I mean by, like, you can blow 1 bubble or 2 between hatches. And I mean, it's not the most optimal way of doing it because you need an auto clicker that's like faster than the sound of light. What is it called? The sound of light. So far, what we're doing is we're working on bubbles, and I just want to get this out of the way officially now. I'm so happy, like low-key, that I actually saved a ton. Well, I mean, what is a ton of these, right? 4 of these at the very least. That's like a little over 30 minutes, and that's a huge difference between not having 30 minutes versus having those 30 minutes. Okay, how many more bubbles do I need? Oh my gosh, I'm 98% there. We're so close, dude. I'm like ready to like use one of these elixirs. Dude, we're like the group alien right now. Elk is a dedicated. I can't speak today. Elk is one of the most dedicated little aliens here. We would have had actually 3, but Eli did a scuffed entry in our clan thing, so he has to wait 12 hours before he can re-enter. And that's a bit of a forewarning. If you decide to join a group and you leave, there is a cooldown for 12 hours. So make sure that you're aware of that before you jump anywhere between people. Okay, so it looks like the first one is done, and this is a permanent thing. So once you're done with it, you can have that choice of redoing it again or just going off of these right here. But these 2 up here are permanent things. Okay, so let me go ahead and take a look. So I can do 2,500 or go to the crystal egg and hatch there. That's only 650, so I mean, that's not too bad. But I'm gonna just go ahead and use one of these just to make it a lot more quicker. And I'll be honest, it's probably smart to use these when you think that you're actually gonna need them. At the very end of the day, we're gonna have to be basically competing against people that have Robux and have a unlimited supply of just buying that pack over and over again. So using these wisely on something that would matter would make more sense. Of course, I'm doing this just so I can go ahead and go to the next part, which is repeatable, and see if it changes to something else entirely different. Okay, so it looks like once I was done with all of those 2 at the bottom, I have 2 new ones, which are both the same thing, which is really nice. So I can, oh my gosh, I can just go ahead and just chill here for like maybe a minute to a minute and a half and see what the new tasks are and see if I want to go ahead and do the 2 at the very top. Went through a couple of these and I'll be real, most of them are just egg hatching. Now, I'm not sure if they do plan on doing like other things like, oh, you have to spin a wheel. Like for example, this is just hypothetical. I mean, I know it wouldn't make sense that you're forced to spin a wheel, but like, I wonder if they'll have like event sections like, hey, go open this, or hey, go open this one, or go do some tasks for the gem genie, like things like that. But so far, what I'm pretty much seeing is it's just the eggs right here, and then this one specifically. Oh, dude, I forgot we could claim things. Hold on, I gotta claim some stuff. Oh no, I can't see. What do I pick? I'm picking the egg. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. So if you complete all of these, then you can go ahead and get an additional 25. Earn eggs for every 500 additional stars you get. So once you reach the end, it looks like you could just farm the heck out of this little guy right here, and then you get 50 for the last one. Because it has you doing like a ton of tasks that are all egg related, I guess the biggest thing is, what would you rather hatch? Spiky eggs, lunar eggs, and obviously the 4,000, which it doesn't really matter which one you hatch because it's just the base of the egg. Now, technically you could just chill here and just farm, right? But you're not gonna get those specific eggs, but it's going to slowly account for all 3 eventually, meaning that it's probably smart to manually play as much as this as possible if your clan is extremely competitive, obviously, right? Or if you don't give a hooey and you're just here with your friends, then that's a totally different story. You could just technically just do whatever it is you guys want, right? As long as you are able to pretty much claim the top 500, right? And get 10 infinity elixir potions and 10 golden boxes. At the very end of the day, I don't know, unless you're spending like a bajillion Robux to get onto top 50, I'm not too worried about it. So for me, I'm just gonna be chilling at the infinity egg, and I think everybody else is too, actually. Except for Elk. Elk is, I think, at the ice shard egg, so we're just gonna have to chill here probably, and I'm probably gonna focus on maybe a few more of these and then just go AFK, to be honest. To be real with you guys too, on top of it, it's like even if you run out of like the infinity elixirs, the game is self-automated to just basically give these to you for free. If you haven't paid attention to, you like your challenges on here and you're just at the infinity egg, this helps you out so much when it comes to this stuff, other than the blowing bubbles thing, because that's still valid for you having to click in between blowing bubbles. Your auto clicker has to be faster than the speed of light to get like maybe 1 or 2 taps in. And the nice part is you do get infinity elixirs, but I think these pop up more at the bottom, if not exclusively to the bottom area. Primarily what I mean by this is you can collect royal keys and go ahead and try to find a royal chest. Same thing applies to this thing over here too. On top of it, you get better potions inside of these little gift boxes, so it's definitely recommended to grind as much as possible. Even if you go to sleep and you AFK, this egg honestly is not that bad. I could see this be like who could stay on bubblegum simulator the longest time and never get off. Oh my god, dude, I can't I can't get over his avatar. Oh my god. Hold on. There's competitive battles on bubblegum simulator. I'm a dedicated player. I'll help. I can't. Okay, so I had to go onto the Rumble Studios Discord server just to get some information because that little pop-up thing kind of disappeared, so I can't see what the update was all about. Okay, so we have 100 million visits. We'll obviously get a special egg, and we have a new rift, which also has a new egg inside of it too. Aura egg has gone limited, so we can no longer obtain it or find it anymore. So instead, we're getting the new one, which I believe it was an emoji one. But for this update, I got my answer finally from the Discord. So a maximum of 6 players can join your little group. You keep your score if you leave a team, get kicked, or delete it, which is nice. If you create or join another team, your score comes with you. Leaderboard and team scores update every 10 minutes. So this is useful information just in case if you guys are not in their Discord, you can basically see everything that I'm showing right here, right now. And honestly, they're taking feedback for this as well. So we want to also also do competitive events such as this every month or so. So it's a monthly thing that they want to do this. I think that's nice instead of like, you know, every week, every other week. That way you can have that decision whether or not you want to basically compete in this or just wait until the next one. So after some time, I was able to claim some of the eggs here. I got 35. I mean, that's great starting off. So let's go ahead and open these. I have 60 so far. I opened up a few of them. I got a competitor doggy and an epic golden golem. So it looks like this one is 1 out of 11. The other one is 1 out of 2. And the others, oh my gosh, they're a little out there on the percentages, which is okay. So it looks like I'm just getting a bunch of little doggies right now. So these might be the most common ones so far. Okay, yeah, so I could see why once you're done with this entire section here, once you reach 500 of these, you'll get an additional 25 because it seems like you're going to need a lot of these in order to even get something remotely really good. So within these 4 days, I'd say it's really important to try to farm this as much as possible because we're going to need it. Now, what makes this even more interesting for everybody, these eggs are not affected by luck. So the RNG is already placed in here and that 90% is a solid 90%. There's no changing that. All right, well, it looks like this is basically it. Okay, what the heck? I can't, dude. So this is basically the entire update. As far as like the competitiveness goes for like everybody, my best advice is try to do the repeatable quests as much as you can. And then once you get to a point where you do go AFK and you're just not able to play the game, just do the permanent ones and you'll be okay. And you could just chill at the infinity egg. But for those that are actually competing, interacting with the game as much as possible is going to be your best bet. And until then, let me know what you guys think about the new event that's in Bubblegum Simulator. Okay, bye. I can't do this. Avatar is so fat, bro. Beliebo the alien, he blends in with the grass, dude. He blends in with the grass. Everybody's over here, and there's Elk. There he is. I can't. You got Yopo. You got this random guy over here. Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh my god, I'm still recording.